Hey guys, it's Rachel from Golden Rippy. I just wanted to share a quick tip real quick if you're taking your own measurements. Say you got a sewing pattern and you want to make sure that your measurements are right because you're checking to see which size you are. This works for that. If you're drafting your own patterns, this also works for that. I just filmed a 40-minute video on how to take every single measurement for custom sizing when you're drafting. And that's for my flat pattern making students. But I thought I would just give you this free tip real quick. So if you're measuring for yourself, your measurements, here we go, measuring tape. Take a piece of elastic and put it right where your waist is, so like wherever it digs in. It's usually about belly button height. That's usually about your waist. And then your hips, take another piece, and those go across your hips, the biggest part of your hips. So it's typically about, let me see, yep, it's typically about 7 inches down from your belly button to, ow, dang, okay, to about your, oh my gosh, to about your waist. I'm gonna have to get a band-aid, that's cool. Didn't put myself like once, okay. And then your abdomen, if it calls for it, is between your waist and your hips. That goes right across. And then your bust, obviously, your bust goes across the biggest point. I'm not gonna show my measurements. And then if you're measuring for yourself or someone else, it's bleeding now, cool. That's funny. So, ow. Make sure they're wearing the undergarments that they're going to be wearing with whatever you're making, because your sizing and where everything hits can change dramatically if you're wearing different undergarments from when you were fitted. So if you're fitting a woman, or yourself if you're a woman, yeah, measure across with your undergarments that you're going to wear with that pattern that you're making. That's very important. Okay. Yeah, that's just a quick tip. If you're looking for like center front or center back, center front is your neck, basically where your collarbone hits, that little divot right there. That's going to be your center front, and you're just going to measure it down. And then same with your back. I think it's your cervical bone right there. That one, that if you put your neck down, that is going to be your center back. So your neck would go right across there, your neckline. Your shoulder tip would be if you raise your arm up and you feel that that little divot right there, that's going to be your shoulder tip. So this would be your shoulder length. Yes, your shoulder length. Yeah, basically. And then if you're measuring, say, oh, how come this, okay, that's one we forgot. If you're measuring your arm for, say, like a jacket or like a shirt, you would measure from the divot to bend your elbow, and then measure to your wrist bone right here. So if you're measuring someone, good gracious, right to there. Mine hits it about 23 and a half, right above, right there. Or you could hit it right there or there. But yeah. Right to here is about 24, but that'd be making it too long. This also, measuring the arm works when you're measuring guys for like tuxes or like, you know, dress shirts and stuff. That's how you would measure the arm for guys too. So yeah, good luck. That's just a couple tips if you're measuring, taking measurements for people. So have fun making patterns and sewing. Good luck.